everyone, welcome to EcoArts class where we always learn something cool about the planet and we make an awesome art project together. Okay guys, today we're going to be making crystal caves. We're talking all about crystals. Crystals are beautiful. Crystals are sparkly. And crystals are sometimes really colorful. Crystals are awesome. But what are crystals anyway?
Crystals are a special kind of solid material where the molecules fit together in a pattern that keeps repeating itself. Because of these patterns, crystals form all sorts of unique shapes. Crystals mostly form in nature when liquids cool, like magma, then start to harden slowly. The science of studying crystals and how they form is called crystallography.
Whoa! Crystals are just as fascinating as they are beautiful. And as much as I would love to have all the crystals in the world all for myself, it's important to know how crystals are mined and where they come from.
Crystals are formed all over the world. They're extracted from the earth through a process called mining. Enjoying crystals and other minerals is great. But if we mine too much, we can have significant effects on the well-being of humans and the environment.
Isn't it awesome to learn about these minerals? They're so cool. Well guys, I think I might be ready to draw my own crystal cave now. Are you guys ready? Grab your art supplies. Let's get started.
For this project, you're going to need watercolor paper or white paper, a pencil, a black marker, crayons, and a ruler or a straight edge. If you're going to use watercolors, you'll need watercolor paints, a cup of water, brushes, and a rag. And as another option, you can grab some glue and glitter for some finishing touches at the end. Alright, first grab a pencil or black marker and use your ruler to visually separate your page into fourths. A ruler is 12 inches, so the 3-inch mark would be 1/4 of the page. Place your finger in this area at the 3-inch mark. This is where you're going to draw your first and biggest crystal. You may think measurements are just for math class, but artists are using measurements all the time. Whether we use a ruler or not, we artists use our imagination to estimate the distance between objects and how we need to space these objects in our piece. Now place your ruler vertically or at a slight angle and use it to draw a straight line on either side of the ruler for the big crystal, just like this. These two lines are parallel lines, which means they're side by side, having the same distance between them at the top and the bottom. Now we'll make an upside down V shape at the top. Draw a short diagonal line at one angle and a short diagonal line at a steeper angle. Connect the top of the line to the top of the big long line like this. Now draw two smaller V-shaped lines right at the top of the crystal like this. And you can use your ruler or you can just draw freehand. Connect the two small V-shapes with a horizontal line. Next, use your ruler or draw freehand to draw more lines that make points. Points are where two or more lines meet. So when you draw a line and it connects to another line, that spot is a point. Crystal drawing is all about lines and points. Draw lines to make points, then use those points to draw more lines. Your crystal drawing does not have to be perfect or exactly the way I'm drawing it. Every crystal formation is unique. When you draw lines inside your crystal, use the points as the starting and ending spots for your lines. Once you've drawn the top of the crystal, use these lower points to draw lines straight down to the bottom, just below the outline lines like this. Here's a point and a line, a point and a line. Then connect the bottom lines together like this. Great! Now you've drawn your first crystal. Now let's draw a couple crystals behind it to make a crystal cluster. You can follow along exactly as I do this, or you can draw these in your own style. Just start with 2 parallel lines that evenly come to a point at the top. You can get creative with short lines at the top, just make sure to connect the points with lines. If you have a hard time drawing the lines and points, you can draw a simple diamond at the top of the parallel lines with a straight line in between them that starts at the lower point, just like this. This will always get you a great, simple crystal shape. Now we have our first crystal cluster. Awesome! Draw some squiggle lines at the bottom for the dirt and rocks, just like this. Now let's place our ruler in the middle of this crystal and measure 9 inches and place our finger there. This will be where we'll draw our next crystal. Draw this crystal in the same style, but draw the smaller crystals first, in front of the big crystal. 2 parallel lines at an angle, a V shape, maybe make a diamond shape at the top, then add lines to connect points. Lines and points, lines and points. Once you've finished one small crystal, draw another one behind it. You can pause the video to slow down and copy my steps, or just do it in your own style. Draw another crystal behind them like this. Awesome! Great job drawing your second crystal cluster. Now let's learn how to draw a diamond and a gem. This is super fun. To draw a diamond, draw a V shape like this. Then draw a short horizontal line above it. Connect those lines with short lines on the side like this. Then draw a horizontal line connecting those 2 points. Draw 2 small V shapes from the top points like this. Now 2 long lines to connect to the bottom point. Great! Now let's draw a gem. Draw 2 horizontal lines with sideways V shapes on either side. Then draw very short lines inside this shape from every point. Now connect all these lines to form an inner shape. And look at that, we have a gem. Awesome! Great job drawing crystals and gems. Now let's draw our cave. Draw a big hump shape in the middle of the page. Make some squiggly lines for the dirt ground below. Caves often have layers of rock around their entrance, so let's draw a big hump above our first hump. Draw lines that go behind the crystals. To do this, pick your pen up from the page and draw with your eye, then press it back on the page on the other side of the crystal. Draw a few more big squiggly lines like this. Great! You may want to draw some extra rocks on the ground. Follow along with me if you want to draw some bats in your cave or some extra small crystals. I'll draw a little hanging bat here and one flying out of the cave. Now I'll draw a crystal cluster the same way we did, except this time I'll draw it freehand in a miniature style right here. Awesome! Now that we've drawn everything, let's go over our marker with crayons. You can color the whole thing with crayons or follow along with me to use watercolors in the next step. The color of the crystal will determine which crystals they are. The big crystal will be emerald. This crystal will be rose quartz. Then we have diamond, aquamarine, and citrine. Trace the crystals by color along your marker lines. Press hard with your crayon so that when we go over it with watercolors, it will really show through. You can color your rocks and the ground with brown crayon and maybe pick up a dark purple for the lines of the cave. At the end, I decided to color in small areas within my crystals, like this. Now time to paint. I'm using green to paint my emerald crystal here. You can see how the crayon pops through the watercolor paint really nicely. Now for my rose quartz crystal, I'm using a blend of purple and pink watercolor. Use more water to lighten your color. I like to start with a more watery, light color and make it darker as I go, rather than starting with not a lot of water and painting a bold color right away. If your color is too dark, add more water to your brush and spread the paint around to make it lighter. painting citrine, my diamond, and my aquamarine gem. Now to paint the inside of the cave black. I'm using shades of purple to paint the layers of the rock because sometimes the caves are so dark that the dark rocks can look purplish. But of course, I'm also just using bright colors because I love the look of them. It's art, so have fun with it and choose the colors that make you happy. Yay! Now we've painted our whole piece. Ready for another fun optional step? That's right, it's time for glitter. Glitter can be messy, so you may want to have someone help you with this part. You'll need to work quickly so that the glue doesn't dry too fast. Make sure you have a tray or cardboard box so that it doesn't end up all over the floor, or the table, or you. Now grab your glue and use it like a pen to draw straight lines for the shine and sparkle of your crystals. You can use dots around the inside of the cave like this. Once your glue is where you like it, sprinkle your glitter on top. You don't need much, just sprinkle it on top of the glue areas. Once you've got your glitter on, gently shake the art piece to get a lot of the glitter on the glue. Then gently tip your paper over the tray to let the glitter fall into it. Wow, we did it! This really brings it all together and adds a nice little shine.
Well guys, thanks so much for making this crystal cave art project with me. How fun was that? I had a blast. I would love to see yours, so please email me at heyparachute@gmail.com. Alright guys, I'm gonna go hang out with my crystals and my new art piece. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!